It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Yeah, it's me, it's H, it's half up, I'm back, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, I'm here, let's live, let's realize,
What are you talking,
let's
man?
be better than just chill, man. Look, chill. I'll set the tone of everything and then we will then
Are you
get back to
healthy?
it. So just relax, man. Just relax.
Ju-
So
Just overdose? Yeah, okay. Understand.
wait, what the hell? Okay, what the bro? It's like I mean, thank goodness for the mute button, man. It's like guys, just come and then I'm hearing your wife, your flipping baby mom, or say all this kind of stuff, crazy. So what are we gonna talk about on today's thing, guys? It's international break, but even if it's the international break, we still have interesting stories to discuss, and these are the biggest stories I picked up from the week, and we may see what else we go into depending on how things go. Remember, guys, like that vid if you're coming in, like that flipping vid, like that vid, like that vid, like that vid. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about Euro 2020. We're going to talk about the favorites, team debates, talk about the different teams, what are the strengths and the weaknesses of all of the different teams that will be competing for the European Euro 2020 championships. We're also going to be talking about Eriksen and Real Madrid. Do Real Madrid need Eriksen? Is Eriksen actually worth a Real Madrid player? And we'll also be talking about Sadio Mane. That's your boy Sadio flipping Mane. And saying, is he actually top three? How good is Sadio Mane? Where does he rank? How good is this dude? Where is he at? And all of that lovely good stuff. So, without further ado, man, let's not get right. What the heck is going on, man? Guys, I mean, seriously, guys, I'm sorry. Can you please not bring all of this, your freaking. If you're doing stuff in the background, just mute your mic. Mute your mic. Look, man, let me just say this right now. There are going to be some massive changes happening to the Hangouts, okay? There's going to be a Friday open Hangouts for everyone. Sunday Hangouts is going to be trimmed. Okay, there are a lot of guys that just have to be trimmed, and I'm going to streamline the Sunday Hangouts and just take it back to old school. Because I'm sorry, I have to make an executive decision, man, because things have to change big time. Euro 2020. So Neymar better not be injured, bro. Like he better not have a long term injury. So let's just go out to the Euro 2020 right now. So let me just we're going to really talk about the different teams, their strengths, their weaknesses, and wait, where's that sound coming from? Talk about the different teams, their strengths, their weaknesses, and so forth. Now I'm going to just start off with France because I feel that France are in fact the strongest team. And my thing about this is that France should win. So I'm hearing that it's a 2 month injury for Neymar. Look, look. Let's just save that till afterwards. Let's just say that afterwards because that's just weird. So, I want to now look at France because I believe that France are the strong, firm favorites going into the Euro 2020. You know, and I feel that they are going to be the team to beat. Not only because of them being the World Cup champions, I just feel if everyone is fit, that's the key thing. If everybody is fit, I feel that France are going to be very very tough. Wait, where the hell is
Piotr,
that sound
mute
coming
your
from?
mic. Piotr, please mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. I beg you. Please.
Wait, Milko. Where's that sound coming from?
It's KWL, the guy who KWL.
Okay,
How is my mic broken? Is Piotr? What are you talking about, bro?
wow. Okay, look. Let's. Wow. I don't know what the heck is happening there. So let's just start off first with your boy Abdullahi, man. France.
Yeah.
How do you view France? Do you feel that France will be able to? Do you think France are the clear favorites if they've got everyone fit? Mbappe, Griezmann,
Nope,
Varane,
nope, 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 nope,
Umtiti.
nope. No, they are not favorite. I'm choosing two teams as favorites in this
Wait,
Euro
no,
2020.
Abdullah. I don't care who you're choosing as favorites. Why are
Okay.
you telling me that the World Cup champions are not favorites? That makes no sense.
Okay, let me give my explanation, my reason for them not favorite. They are not favorites here, double H. I can't count France as favorite. I would say they are, let me say, contender to win the Euro 2020, but they are not favorite yet. Now, I'm gonna choose. I would choose Belgium,
Abdullahi,
Portugal, Portugal ahead
I
of,
don't care who
yeah.
you choose as favorites. We are focusing on France. We are focusing on France. You've still not given me a
Okay,
compelling, logical reason as to
okay,
why. Let me land. You've not given me a logical reason as to why. First of all, these are the World Cup champions.
okay.
This team has one of the best young players in the world, Mbappe,
Yeah.
Pogba, Varane, Griezmann, flipping Lacazette as well. You're telling me a team with all of these talented players are not favorites?
No,
How?
they're not favorite because reason I don't count them favorite because France has too many stars in them, and I don't think they play as a collective players. They all play as individuals. So let's look at
Oh, wait, sorry,
Pogba,
sorry.
Kylian Mbappe.
Kante as well. Kante.
Can let's take out Kante. Let's just take out Kante. Let's
We
look
no no
at
no 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 no
Pogba.
no no. You can't take out Kante. He's French. He's in the team, so he
I
counts.
know. Okay, okay. Putting Kante together putting Kante together. I still don't trust Didier Deschamps, his formation and tactics of going into matches. I don't trust him enough because those France team doesn't. Sometimes they don't even play as a team. They play as an individual. They play with the skills. Paul Pogba, Kylian Mbappe. Someone should tell me what is Griezmann role in France? What's he playing? What is his role in playing for France? I have no reason. I don't even know his role playing there. Is it right wing? Is it left wing? Is it middle? Is it midfielder? Is it winger? I don't even know. Is it striker? No. People can't tell me he's playing as a right winger because I don't even know his formation playing there. So Didier Deschamps is a problem for me for me not choosing them as favorite because they
Okay,
don't play
all
as a
right.
collective. They play
Okay,
as an
okay,
individual.
all right. Um, Ahmed, France favorites? Yes or no?
They're one of the favorites for sure because obviously, I mean, World Cup champions will always be favorites 2 years after. Not because I mean, not much has changed except these players are developing and improving. I mean, Mbappe is better. Many of these players have improved, but France isn't infallible. I mean, they lost to Turkey in qualifying with a full strength French side, almost full strength French side. So I don't think France are that far ahead of other teams because there are some great teams that will be competing for in this year's in the Euros, but they're still amongst the favorites because of their strength of side. I mean, they have players like Griezmann, Mbappe, Pogba, Kante, and more players. Even their bench is stronger than I mean most of these sides to be quite frank. And
So do you feel that they have enough to win the whole thing, the Euros, based on those talents, or do you think they need a bit something extra? I.e., did you need maybe? Do you think that? Do you think the same setup they had at the World Cup is enough to win the Euros, or do you think that maybe Lacazette needs to replace a Giro or the Us needs to be implemented?
I think the same setup is enough for France to at least get the semi or final because it's not just about France. Remember, it's about the other sides that are also competing that are also strong that I'm sure we'll get to later on.
Okay. Monsieur Lante Mama. Oh, I think he disappeared. Oh no, he's there. Lante Mama. France. French. The French. Okay, Lante Mama disappeared. FG. France. FG.
Yeah,
France.
man. Yeah, I think they're one of the favorites. I wouldn't say clear favorites because, I mean, if you look at like their core players like Griezmann, Conte, I mean, they're not having good season. I mean, Conte is injury prone these days.
Wait,
Griezmann's
wait, wait,
having
wait, 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 wait. Hold on. Were you about to just say that Kante was not having a good season? Was that about to come out of your mouth?
no. I just remember he's injury prone, so I can't. Yeah, so he's not having a good season because of the injuries. Then you look at Griezmann. I think he's on the decline. Giroud, who's literally their starting striker, he's not even getting any enough game time. Pogba, he's just ass these days. And like you have to look defensively, that's what won them the what do you call it, the World Cup. Varane and Umtiti, they're not that good anymore. And Lloris and the goalkeeper, he's not good. So there's a lot of weaknesses in this team. So I don't see them as clear favorites, but they're definitely like top three for sure.
Okay. Hazem. France.
Yeah, I mean, as defending champions of the World Cup, I think it's logical that they remain the favorites for the Euros. Obviously, unless they had some kind of huge drop in the qualifications, which they didn't. Even though, they lost 2-0 against Turkey. I think it's more of Turkey being a really good competitor in the group, and they have the same points than France actually dropping their level. Because for the rest of the time, they've been getting the comfortable results. Maybe they've been experimenting with the lineup, still checking, trying to find out what's the best lineup to go with for the Euros. But they've been getting the results, and they have they have some good players in there, and they have a mix of experience and young talent as well. And I would say in every department of the field, they look comfortable. Maybe they lack a bit of creativity in the midfield. They have more of box to box players like Matuidi and Sissoko. So maybe they just lack a bit of creativity, but I still don't see why they shouldn't be the favorites for the Euros.
But isn't I thought doesn't Griezmann provide that creativity? Isn't he the creative man in the team and a bit of
Yeah,
Pogba as
but
well?
no, he's not. Yeah, but they play him. They're playing him as a winger. So they have good wingers and who are creative, and Coman and Griezmann. But although I'm not convinced by Coman, unfortunately,
He's trash. He's trash. He's
he's
trash.
not a very good player.
Trash.
I just think in the midfield they need that player who can create as well. To be clear cut favorites. So again, I agree with the rest of the guys where they're not really clear favorites. You have teams that are looking very good as well. And you can see even in their own group, they're not clear favorites, with Turkey having the same points as them and beating them. So, yeah, I see they're edging it as the favorites, but it's going to be a very, very open Euros,
Okay.
guys.
Milko.
I personally do think, and I'm not even gonna lie, I think Holland are ballers. I'm gonna say this again. They're
Who?
ballers.
France.
Um,
Wait. Milko. Thoughts on France? Thoughts on France?
oh, France. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually really do rate France. I'm not even gonna lie. I think France is a really good quality national team. And can they? Now, this is my problem because.
But do you put them as firm favorites? World Cup champions. Mbappe,
Uh
Pogba,
huh.
Kante, Varane, Titi,
I
Griezmann.
think they could do it again. I think they could do it again, but I think Deschamps is also going to have to adapt to the team. I think he's going to have to adapt to them in terms of playing in a different way instead of playing very pragmatic. And again, I think that is going to be the thing for France. So I would say France. Yeah, I think France, as of right now, they're firm favorites, but you never know. Anything can happen. But do not depend on Holland. They're ballers. I'll be honest with you. These guys are.
Okay. Red. Red. Sorry, Red. I don't think we can hear you.
Red, bro, speak up, speak up. Open your mic.
All right. Okay.
Red.
Okay. We'll come back to you now. Okay, Muntaha.
Yeah, bro. So it's about France, yeah, and you mean like for Euro 20s, okay. So for me, bro, like of course, like France, like it will be so arrogant to say, oh, they are clearly favorites, but I'll say that they're the most strongest team on paper, out of all the European nations. So yeah, so like they have a bright chance this time because last time they messed up. So, bro, for me, I think so. They have the best midfielder, it's a stacked midfield, So you have really great options in the midfield. On top of that, if you see the attacking firepower, bro, like they have like Griezmann, they have like Sofa, Lacazette, Mbappe, Usman Dembele. So, bro, I think so. That's a good bro, like they have a deep squad to be honest. So, yeah, man, I think so. France can win the World Cup. I know that like there are other
No,
teams
no, no.
like
Euros.
Belgium and
Euro, not
Portugal.
Euros.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, Euros. I'm sorry, Euros, bro. So yeah, bro. So like you can see that there are teams like Portugal, Belgium can do something. You never know. Netherlands might surprise some of you guys, but I still believe like France can edge over some
Holland
of the
are
teams.
ballers.
Uh,
Holland are.
sorry.
Holland are bottlers. They're bottlers. They're
Oh,
Okay,
relax,
okay,
bottlers.
thank you,
relax,
Bosco.
relax.
Thank you. But
Yeah, yeah, bro. On top of that, bro, for me, yeah, if was Deschamps, yeah, if he goes with 4-4-2 formation, yeah, and like Pogba or 4-3-3, mixture of 4-2-2 and 4-4-2 and 4-3-3, like the Pogba and Ndombele Kante, and Mbappe could be a more of a right or a right inside forward. Then Griezmann and Lacazette could be a like front two, strike. Oof. That team is like, bro, like spicy, bro. I don't think so.
so,
Any
so,
team
so,
in
so,
Europe
so,
right
so
now.
do you think Lacazette should start ahead of Giroud, or they should still maintain that core with Giroud,
No,
Mbappe,
bro,
Griezmann?
hatred, bro. Come on, we all know that Lacazette is deserving guy to start this in this French team,
Ahead
bro.
of
Let's
Lacazette.
be. I mean, Lacazette is like deserving guy, candidate over Giroud. We all know that stuff. Come on. If Lacazette don't start ahead of Giroud, then like this French FA is suspect, bro. And you know what I'm trying to tell you. So,
Okay.
bro.
Can
So
you
I
hear me
think
now,
so. This,
HH?
Wait, what's
yeah, this
suspect,
French
man?
team can work. Oh my goodness, bro. Do you want me to expose French
Dude,
FA
most
now?
of their players are black, so there's no suspect,
Oh,
man.
Wait,
it's
wait,
not
wait.
about
Okay,
that,
okay,
bro.
okay,
It's
okay,
not
okay,
about
okay.
that.
Thank you. Okay, wait. So,
Can you hear me now?
yeah. Red.
Yeah.
So, Red, come in. Red, come in.
Yeah, no. I don't think they're favorites. I watched them against
Whoa, you don't think
Iceland, and
they're
I was
favorites? What?
no, I don't. I think there are other teams that match their quality, and
Thank you,
actually,
Red. Thank you.
that have played
Who?
better. Because like, look, guys, names on a sheet don't mean nothing. Because if that's the case, then guess what? Brazil would have won 2006 World Cup. Quality players, if the team isn't gelling well now. In 2018, when France won the World Cup, it was just that their key players showed up at key moments. But
Exactly.
now you have
There's no
Umtiti.
cohesion
Umtiti
in
has
that team.
declined. Umtiti has declined. Lloris has declined. Longley isn't as good as Umtiti
They
was in
still have Mbappe.
2018.
They still have the Us. They still have Kante. These guys
But
are
Bro,
still.
you could score
Lucas
goals. You
Hernandez
could
can,
score. You could score
bro,
goals. You could score goals.
red.
Wait.
Lucas
Let's
Hernandez
red
can
talk.
replace him, bro.
No,
Come
no.
on, man.
Like
Lucas
even
Hernandez
if you,
can.
I agree. But like, look, even if you score goals, you still have to make sure that you're keeping clean sheets. Strength is strongest aspect of the World Cup in 2018 was their defense. It wasn't their attack. The best attacking team in the World Cup was Belgium. If we're being honest, like France was just a more defensive team, and they had the quality attacking players that can take that are clinical enough to take advantage of those
Is
chances.
Belgium?
The
You see,
team of
Belgium were
Gio.
But
more
HH, how
attack
about this?
won the game.
What about Belgium? What about Belgium? Belgium have
Portugal,
consistently
Italy.
Wait.
you have
Okay. Wait,
let's
so wait. Red round off so that we can go to the next team.
Oh yeah, no. Overall, I feel like they're among the favorites. I just feel like I've been more impressed with over recent performances with other teams over France. Griezmann isn't it. Griezmann he was playing on the right wing. When most fans are saying, "Oh, he's playing on the left, put him on the right, he's better." He played on the right for France versus Iceland. He was awful. He wasn't good. Giroud, he's not even playing for Chelsea. How do we know he's going to be good for France if he's going to be rusty over the course of the year? Like Mbappe, okay, Mbappe's quality, but one hand by itself doesn't clap. He needs to play off of other players, and I don't think aside from Conte, just anybody in that France squad now. Like all the players are like I haven't seen Mbappe play recently this year, but Mbappe and Conte, that's all I'll give you. Aside from that, everybody else is subject to criticism.
And they all declined, man. Most of the core players declined.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So actually, so well, we have our dear man here, Juju man.
Yeah,
Speak
what's up?
about France, bro? Are France the clear favorites coming in this, man?
Oh no, they're not. I saw the lineup. I'm looking at players like Digne, Longley, and I mean
Juju man, Longley
Coleman
in
is
starting, man.
starting.
Longley in starting, man. Come on, man. Let's be real, man. Longley ain't gonna go
Longley
start.
Oh,
is
he's
starting.
starting. I
Longley
saw
is
he's
starting.
starting. And then Coleman, who's I don't rate the guy. I
He's
don't rate the
trash. He's
guy.
trash.
Griezmann.
And then I think Lacazette is not as good as Giroud, as controversial as that might sound. I think Giroud was really good at his position, being a more of a target man for France, and I don't think they have a replacement for that. And then as for Dembele he's he's busy warming the bench for the Fad and Ansu Fati, and then you have what's it called? I mean, Mbappe is all right. He's all right. And then the other player, Pogba. I mean, his career is finished. I mean,
Wait. Stop. Wait, Juju man. Who is the player on your icon, on your
I mean,
avatar?
Exactly.
look, I like the colors.
Wait, Juju man. Who is your player on your icon on your avatar?
Labille. Right,
And
he's
why?
finished.
So the player on your avatar you're saying is finished. I'm
His
confused.
career is finished. Like, I mean, it's another 2 years before they're not going to release him. He's trapped there, so he's finished.
If I can add something, like I'm also Pogba's probably biggest fan when it comes in my opinion, I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Him and Conte both. But like, what bothers me the most about Pogba is that at United he's not relevant. He's not until he leaves United or until
The
United are relevant.
right. For me, the problem with Pogba is not even Pogba himself. It's the board, the Man United board and the Glazers himself.
Well, no, wait,
But for us as football fans, when we watch football, I don't care what the
What I'll
back.
say, wait. My response to that is this. What I'll say is this. Nice guys finish last. Sometimes in life, it's not worth being nice. Pogba should have done a Dimitri Payet and
Exactly.
forced a
Just
move.
go.
Because my thing about it is that everyone's like, oh my gosh. And those United fans were like, oh, Pogba, you're such a great guy, such a lovely guy. He didn't push for a move. Nah, man. We live in real life. We live in the human world. Nobody cares about you being nice. Nobody appreciates whenever you're nice. He should have forced a move. He said, you know what? I want to leave. I ain't going to train. I ain't going to turn up. I want to go right now. And if he had done that, Pogba would have either been in Real Madrid or Juventus right now, not in the complete crap show that is Man United, which is a complete total crap show that's happening right now. So he should have forced a move. And now, bro, Pogba, your career is heading to the toilet because I'm sorry, United are heading towards the toilet because that is a horrible team to be in right now.
The sad thing, HH, is that statistically last season he dominated United in every single metric, in defensively and offensively. He's good, but the problem is because the team around him isn't functioning, he's irrelevant. No matter what he does at United, because they're not competing for anything. Nobody cares.
Wait, I'll tell you, Red and Double H. His career is finished because we'll look
It's
back
not,
at
Pogba. Chill, man. Chill. Let him go to Juve. No, it's not finished. It's not finished. No.
Let me tell you why. We'll look back at Pogba's career, and his highlights will be the Europa League and games against it'll be small games.
He won a World Cup.
Aside from the World Cup, Pogba's career will be remembered. This guy spent majority of his career in a Europa League side team, so it's finished. It's finished.
Okay, let's move on to the next team, and I want to talk about Belgium. Red touched upon it. They, for me, were the best attacking team on that World Cup. The best game of the World Cup. The two best games of the World Cup was Belgium, Japan, and Belgium against France. Zad deserves an international title. That's the first thing.
Deserve? What the hell?
Wait. Can I land? Man, what the hell? Just relax. Chill. Zad deserves an international title. That's the first thing. Second thing is, for you De Bruyne merchants out there, I'm still waiting for him to play in a major final. An FA Cup final doesn't count. So if he's as good as you guys say that he is, please play in a major final, please, and show up in a major final because that's what actual world-class players do, not be Premier League merchants. Thank you. So let's talk about Belgium and their chances in this said Euros, because for me, I think they have a chance of winning it, but I question their mentality. So Abdullahi, what chance do you give Belgium of the Euros, man?
Clear favorite.
Okay, wait, Abdullahi, stop.
Clear favorite.
So Abdullahi, okay,
Clear
let me get
favorite.
this straight. You said France are not favorites.
Nope.
Belgium are clear favorites, but
Yeah.
France beats Belgium in the World Cup semi-final. I'm confused.
Double H. In that France team, there's no cohesion. There's no cohesion in that. It's only individuals that play. Kylian Mbappe, Paul Pogba, Golo Kante. Those are the individualistic players who plays in that team. Look at Belgium. You have KDB. You have Eden Hazard. You have Torgan Hazard. You have Klinsmann. You have a lot of players. There's Chadley. You have a lot of players who can come into the party and play. Lukaku also.
That's all on paper, man. Are you sure they will execute? How do you know they will execute?
They will execute because it's not a one-man team. It's not a one-man. It's collective team. It's not a one-man. Once it's a one-man team, because what if Mbappe doesn't show up? 1, 2, 3 matches, they're gonna collapse. They will collapse. If he doesn't show up, anyway, they'll collapse. But look at Belgium. They have a lot of players who show up.
I
If Hazard doesn't
disagree
show
with you,
up,
Abdullah. I completely disagree with you.
Oh,
Like,
no, no,
come
no,
on.
wait,
I
wait,
can.
wait, wait, wait,
Muntaha.
wait, wait. Let him
If
land. Let him
Hazard
land. Let
doesn't,
him land. Let him
if
land.
Hazard doesn't show up in Europe, we have KDB. KDB will show up. If KDB doesn't show up, we have a lot of players who can
Wait,
show
wait,
up in
bro.
that
That's
team.
the same
I
thing
can
for
play.
France. Wait, wait. Mbappe doesn't show up, you've got Griezmann. Griezmann doesn't show up, you've got
Who,
Lacazette. Lacazette doesn't show up,
who,
you've got the
who
Who
tells
doesn't
you
show up, you
Griezmann is
have
gonna
Pogba. It's
show
the
up?
same thing.
Griezmann has been flop already ever since he left Athletic flop. Care how much they buy, he's been flop. He has been flop for me. He has been flop. He hasn't even shown anything that warrants that he want that kind of amount of money. Nope. I'm sorry. He has been
Okay.
flop ever since he left Athletic.
All right, so
No.
okay. So you're sticking with the Belgium as class clear favorites.
Yeah, clear favorite. Just two.
Okay.
I have just two teams. That's it.
All right. All of you guys saying that it's coming home and England will win Euro 2020. I have nothing to say. I'm speechless.
Wait, please tell me we're not going
Ahmed,
to talk about
FG,
it.
please. Ahmed, Belgium. Let's talk.
Belgium have to be one of the favorites. I mean, they have players like Hazard and KDB in their team,
He's
but
called Zad. He's called Zad. Carry on.
not yet. He
Yeah.
hasn't done it at Madrid yet to be called that. But I think Belgium, what's going to happen is they're going to ride. They're going to be the best performing team, and then as soon as they play like a real team, one of the favorites like France or Portugal, they're gonna crumble. That's my take on Belgium. They
Yeah,
have the
no, but for
quality.
me, I have to slightly agree because I still feel as talented as Belgium are, talented alone doesn't win these Euros. It's mentality, and I'm still not sure whether these guys have a winner's mentality. I question their mentality. FG,
Yeah,
Belgium.
and we know France and Portugal, teams like those are more proven than Belgium, and I think that as soon as Belgium face a real team in the semis or quarters, like France or Portugal, they're gonna fall to them.
Okay. People in the live chats, can you please chill on the Hazard hates? Thank you. He's a European Cup winner. FG, Belgium. Thoughts?
Yeah, man, semis max. I don't see.
Wait,
I don't know why.
wait. Where do you get semis max from? What do you mean by semis max? Why not final max based on their and their talents?
I had a vision, man. I had a vision. That's why I said semis max. Look, man, I'm looking at this team. They only have two quality players, world class players, Hazard and De Bruyne. Everyone else is pretty much like a non-factor. Lukaku is your main striker. I'm sorry, he's not gonna cut a biggie against like a good defense or anything. So
Not up against
and
Brazil.
that was a one-off, man.
That was the World Cup quarters.
Wait, let him land. Let him land.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look, I don't see them reaching the final. They don't have their squad is not that great in my opinion. And if one of like the only way they can win if both Hazard and De Bruyne step up to their best games in every game, and I don't see that happening. So semis max.
Okay. I think you're crazy, but carry on. Hazem, Belgium. What's gonna go down?
Yeah, man. You know they have a decent team. I have to agree with FG. They're gonna go to the semis. I won't say max, but I'll say that they're gonna go to the semis. I've just seen it so many times with Belgium. I've seen it so many times. People
So,
hyping them up.
so why
People
don't you think that
saying.
this time will be different?
I just don't think that this time they have any different to the previous times. Anything different. And I think the other teams have remained strong, and maybe even gotten stronger with new talents. While Belgium, they have the same core of the squad, and they've been trying to do the same thing, and they keep on missing that cutting edge in the later stages of the tournaments. And when I look at that Belgium team, I see a lot of good players, but I also see some inexperience there. And for example, the midfield, you have Dennis Pratt starting, which
Witzel?
is yeah, Witzel is a very good player.
Isn't he from China, dude? Come on.
But
No,
Witzel has
Dortmund.
yeah,
Oh,
Let's
Witzel
don't
he
forget
won that.
Witzel is a very
KDB's
good
out right
player.
now,
Witzel is a
so
very good
that's
player,
another
but to
factor to
me,
going on.
nobody other than Witzel and De Bruyne has any stature in that midfield. Torgan Hazard is a good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's someone that can get them further than a semi-final. Munir on the other side, I never liked him. He's an okay player. The only really top players in their squad are, of course, Eden Hazard, who can be really good in the tournament. Mertens and Lukaku. Yeah, let's see. Uh, and of course, the defense. Vertonghen Alderweireld, but I don't see this team getting further than semis because for me, France has a much better squad than Belgium. Spain has a much better squad than Belgium, and even Croatia, for me, has a better squad than Belgium. So
Woo! Love that.
No, no, no,
yeah,
no.
Wow. Okay,
I don't know
Wow,
about
he's
that,
going
man.
going
I don't
deep
know
there.
about that.
now.
so I don't see Belgium getting past the semis. To be honest,
Okay.
I'm just gonna
So
be
so,
honest.
so before I go to Lansing actually, because I've just seen Lansing coming. We'll go to Lansing. Let me hit the super chats. So super chats here from Crazobs super chat. Thank you much for your super chats, Mr. Crazobs. He says favorites Belgium, second favorites Portugal. We'll get to Portugal. Underdogs
Exactly,
England.
Portugal,
Please.
my
Wait,
man.
easy. Wait. So you're putting England as underdogs ahead of Netherlands and Germany. That's interesting because for me, Netherlands and Germany are my underdogs, not favorites or second favorites. Landtamer, Belgium. Can Zad
Yeah.
rise? Can De Bruyne play a major final for the first time in his career?
And so coming off a treble-winning season with Madrid, I think Hazard can win Player of the Tournament at the Euros. Uh,
Preach.
Look, you talked about the mentality thing, and I always thought, only Belgium could beat Belgium because their team is stacked. I always questioned their mentality until that Japan game, where didn't they come back twice or something crazy?
Yeah,
I
they
thought
scored
they
in
were
the 90th
definitely going
minute.
to.
Then they
I thought
lost
they
to
were
Brazil.
definitely losing that game. And they proved that even if they're in the role of a favorite, they can win. They proved against Brazil, if they're their underdogs, they can win. So
What did they do
Witzel,
against
who
France?
played, Witzel is not playing in China anymore. He's playing competitive football, Champions League, highest level. So their midfield will be better. Their defense, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Meunier, and who's it gonna be? Jordan Lukaku? I don't know. They're all in their primes.
Vermeulen,
So
Vermeulen.
if Vermaelen, yeah, I don't know
He's
about
a
that,
bum,
but
man.
He's
Yeah,
starting. He's
that
but
starting.
is
That
yeah,
tells
looking
as
you
far as
shaky,
something.
as
man.
far as as far as can Belgium win it? Yes, they absolutely can. Will they win it? That's a different question. That's a different question. I am not
Okay.
sure. Anything can
It's the
happen.
same every
All right.
time.
Do you drug test the people on the
Belgium,
Hangout,
Jujuman.
HH?
Can De Bruyne play in a major final for the first time in his career? Jujuman. Jujuman, we can't hear you. All right, I think Jujuman's my mic is screwed. Milkor, Belgium, talk.
I think Belgium is irrelevant in 2019. Again, I don't know why we're talking about these guys.
I agree.
A bunch of players
Yeah, I
with
agree. I agree.
full hype, full players.
Every time.
So okay,
I
so
would
okay,
pick
okay,
more
so
than
Milko, tell me why are they irrelevant when you've got De Bruyne, who many see as one of the best players in the world, Hazard, who is one of the best players in the world as well.
Okay, the reason why they're irrelevant is if you just go to FIFA.com, they have zero World Cups. That's why they're irrelevant. That's why they're irrelevant. Zero World Cup, zero Euros. They're nowhere to
Zero
be
euro.
found. In Euros. They're nowhere to be found in World Cup. So all I can say is they're irrelevant in 2019. They're nowhere to be found, and they're not a good team. So
Nowhere to be.
Well, as crazy as that may sound, it's like, bro, Belgium have not actually done anything to really prove themselves to be taken
Yep.
seriously. I
Yep.
say to people, you can't judge a team based on paper. What have you done for me lately? What have they truly achieved? We don't really know.
exactly.
Jujuman, is your mic working? Jujuman, still no, Okay, I think it's out. Red, Belgium.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're the same as France. Like something's just not right with them. Like, even when I watch some play in that 9-0 and I watch them in the recent games, these are relatively easy opposition. I think against like against tougher teams and higher stakes, I question them a little bit. I definitely think they can contend. Like they're definitely favorites going into it. Like you'd expect them to reach the final. But at the same time, like I'm much more impressed by other teams, and we'll probably talk about them later, than I am with both Belgium and France. Now, is they do have pretty much quality in every position. I'm not saying world class in every position. Aside from I think Hazard and De Bruyne, there's not really world class players there that can get them over the line, as if Hazard and De Bruyne can be the difference makers in that team. Especially when you have Lukaku, who's always delivered for Belgium. He always shows up for Belgium. So that's always good to have a striker like that who shines when he goes to his nation. But still, like I said, there's something missing. Even when I watch them, they just don't seem fluid. Maybe it's the manager, maybe it's the mentality. So yeah, and even like their goalkeeper situation, because I don't know if Courtois is going to be good enough for Belgium by the end of the season. Next, like Mignolet, like that's.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Jujuman, hit it. Jujuman, hit it.
Yep.
Belgium.
I don't rate this Belgian team because I only think they only have one world class player in De Bruyne.
Who?
Kevin De Bruyne is the only world class player in this team.
Easy. Jujuman, come on. Come on, Jujuman.
The rest, I mean, Martins is good.
You're gonna are you gonna reject what Hazard did at that World Cup? Okay, forget about this Real Madrid stint. Focus on what he did at that World Cup and in the European final against Arsenal. Are you gonna ignore that?
I will until he shows up. Like I'm not going to say because this guy I don't think he's interested in football anymore.
Jujuman, I said forget about Real Madrid. Focus on what he did at the World Cup. Focus on what he did in that European final against Arsenal. Why not? How did you not put him ahead of De Bruyne? What has De Bruyne done? What has De Bruyne done?
No, by the time,
just tell me.
By the time the World Cup, the Euro starts, that will be 2 years, like 2 seasons ago. By the time the Euro starts, so I'm not sure Hazard can recover from this. Like, this guy is, I don't know. Like, right now he's not good player.
How far do you see Belgium going?
I see them going because in the Euros everyone can make it through the groups. It looks like at least so they'll make semis because everyone can. I mean, third position makes it so they're guaranteed. I mean, you're literally guaranteed to make it through unless you mess up really bad. But they're not my favorites. My favorites are England. I think England will win the Euros.
Oh my god. Dude,
no, they have the best, the most stacked team in this Euro.
Okay, we'll get your own thread, but just relax. Muntaha, round us off with Belgium.
Bro, like there is no flipping brainer in this. Of course, man. France, Belgium. Like for me, it's favorites. Like one of the favorites. I mean, Belgium. If you see the front three, wow. Like I think that's the best in the tournament, bro.
But Muntaha, look beyond just on paper. Do they have the winning mentality?
Bro. To be honest, bro, like this Belgium team, they defeated the best Copa America team in the World Cup, which was Brazil, I guess. So, bro, so like if you see the structure, they faced a stacked French team, which was in the defensive mode, and so bro, and even in that game against France in the World Cup, bro, I think so Belgium was better side in terms of playing football and creating chances and I think so in every aspect except some of the set pieces and all those things. So France was like they narrowly escaped against Belgium. So I don't think so it's going to be that easy for France to win to defeat Belgium or to face Belgium. So bro, I think so Belgium is good. It's like they have a good squad, but the only problem I have with them is like about the midfield. Apart from Axel Witsel and Torgan Hazard, I don't know who's going to play as a midfield, like double pivot or something. Because if you have
you don't question their defense too.
No, wait. Okay, defense is an issue for them, but I think so. Roberto Martinez, he has done quite good job, to be honest. If you see as a defensive setter for this team, and you can see I can understand in the group stages, Japan scored 2 goals or something like that, But even though I think so that the defensive organization and structure is better, it's really good, compared to all the other teams like Germany or Netherlands. They are the level of Portugal, to be honest, in terms of defensive organization. That's what I believe. And the problem for me is are you going to play Kevin De Bruyne as a RCM or like a double pivot, or are you going to play as a right winger or right forward or something? That's my issue. If you play Kevin De Bruyne as a CM or box to box, that will be one more additional point or good stuff for them, to be honest, because you can play Dries Mertens as a right winger or right inside forward, and you have Lukaku and the firepower of Eden Hazard, literally the best player for this team. So I think so this team can do well, and they can, bro. For me, the chances of winning Euros is 8 out of 10, to be honest. And it's higher than Netherlands, it's higher than Croatia, higher than England, higher than Portugal. Yep. So they're the second favorites for me.
Okay. I want to now switch over to Portugal.
Let's go, man. Let's
A
go.
lot of teams in that team.
Solid.
FG, relax. FG, relax. Just chill, okay?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. My
Wait,
man Cristiano,
okay,
Cristiano.
let me put this right now. Cristiano still hasn't won a Euros.
He has
You
won it.
can't.
He won the Euro
He's
He
got
won it.
two
Can I finish?
international
Can I land?
trophies,
Two
man. He's
international
got two.
Abdullah. They are the defending
Can I
champion.
land?
They are
Can
the
I
defending
land?
champion.
Thank
Defending
you.
champion.
Abdullah, please can I land? Thank you. If you don't remain on the pitch for the entirety of the game, which is the final, or for most of the game, I can't give you that Euro win. So Cristiano is still searching for his first legitimate international crown. I'm
What? No,
sorry.
he won Nations League. He
You
won
did-
Nations
He won
League.
Nations League.
FG,
won-
let me lad. You have to let the man finish. And then
No,
FG,
I'm not letting you
I will
finish
get
this
to you.
nonsense.
FG, I will.
He
FG,
won
you
it. He
have
won the
your
Nations League
point.
double H. He won the Nations League.
FG, you have your point. All I'm saying is you were not there on the pitch fully to deliver that win. So for me,
He was
it's
injured and he has to
an
come out.
illegitimate win.
It's part
It's
of
an
football. You have to be
illegitimate win.
injured.
So
Have
unless
some
you have
shame,
a
dude.
legit, so he's still waiting for his legitimate double H Euro win. Trust me, the only way you get a double H legitimate win is you've got to be on that pitch in the final for the entirety of the game. Sorry, you have to. So Cristiano, he's searching for his first international crown. Let me now head over to Abdullahi, man. Portugal. What chances do you give Portugal in winning this beautiful thing called the Euros? Can they do it? These are the UEFA Nations League winners. Can they do it?
HH, let me remind you, they are the defending champion. Do you know that? They won it already. So you can't just say Cristiano Ronaldo is touching his first legitimate trophy. Won the Euro, he won the next.
No.
So
Abdullah,
he won it.
He wasn't on the pitch fully
He was
for the
injured.
final,
He
so
was
I can't give him
injured.
the
Every
win.
player getting. He was injured.
Abdullah,
He came
let's
out.
focus on Euro 2020. I'm not changing my view. I will not change my view. So you won't
Wait,
change
wait,
my
Double
mind.
H. You do know if he didn't get injured, they would have won in 90 minutes instead of extra time, right?
Exactly.
How do we know?
Yes.
We don't know that. We don't know that. Sorry,
I
we don't
know that.
So
I
unless
know
you're on
that.
that pitch
That's
for the
most
final, I
important.
can't give you
I
that
know
win.
that.
I am not giving him that flipping win because he wasn't there for the full 90 minutes.
Who's this?
Abdullahi, Euro 2020.
If you allow me though, but like Ronaldo had 6 goals in assists, and he won the silver boot, did he not? And he was on the pitch for 30 minutes.
And he was coaching them in the final too.
Exactly.
He was the coach.
He's very well earned that. He's Portugal's first ever captain to win a trophy for his country, so you can't take that away from him. He's defending champ coming into this.
Okay, guys, thank you, Abdullahi. Euro
For me,
2020.
I already
Portugal.
said it. I only have two clear favorites. Those are Belgium. So they are the defending champion. I'm gonna go with them. They have to win it. They have to win it back because they have to. Ronaldo has to show it now that we won it before. We can do it again. He has to show it to the world. We've won it before.
So
we
do
can
you
do it
think that
again.
they can win it again? So do you think Cristiano can lead them to actually for them to defend their crown?
They have they have good players. Apart from Cristiano Ronaldo, they have good players. They have Bernardo Silva. They have very good players who are in that team who can play very well. They know that we have Fernando Santos, their coach, who knows how to set up team 4-5-1, 4-2-3-1, 4-3. They can go either attacking or defending. So they are.
But can they do it without Pepe though?
They can do it.
No,
reason
Pepe's
why
in the
they
squad.
won that thing?
No, Pepe's in the squad, man.
Pepe is in the squad.
But I mean, but is it still the Pepe we saw in 2016?
Oh, no, he's 8. Yeah, he's
No,
definitely.
he's eight.
Oh,
So they have.
okay,
They have good
so
players,
how
apart
far
from
do
Pepe.
Portugal go? Abdullahi, how far do Portugal go?
I already said the clear favor with Belgium, so I have no issues with them. They're winning
Okay.
it.
All right, Ahmed.
Before going too deep into Portugal, I think what you said about Ronaldo is completely wrong because I mean he played the vast majority of the tournament. I think it's complete bull to say that he doesn't get that as an international trophy. I mean, if Liverpool won that Champions League final, would you say that Salah doesn't get that credit for winning the Champions League?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, that's your view. But carrying on, I think Portugal they have the strength to win the Euros. They can definitely make a deep run, but I don't see them winning twice in a row, especially after it's difficult to see them winning it again. Maybe they'll get far for sure. That's for sure because Portugal are a strong knockout team and they have a solid defense. And I think, but against France or against Spain, I think those are going to be the tough fixtures for Portugal. That those two teams could pose very troublesome for them.
Okay. Um, Monsieur Leon Tamer, um,
Yeah.
Portugal,
So first
Christina.
up, um, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear, clear.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, like I think you're being very unfair because according to your criteria, Conte is not a World Cup winner because he got hooked off after a few minutes or like the first half. I don't remember.
Oh, Conte
So
has
He,
no
you're
he's
World
the
taking
same
Cups.
thing
away
for Kaká. He
Conte's.
is the same thing for
I don't
Kaká.
appreciate that you take away Conte's World Cup medal. HH. I don't
No,
appreciate
no,
that.
no. We're taking that away. We're taking that away.
but but
HH, can you respond, please?
moving on to Portugal. I think they're way too reliant on Cristiano scoring goals. Way too reliant. I haven't seen a Portugal. Whenever I check the Portugal results, it's always Ronaldo, 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 Ronaldo. Like me, there's a Guedes in there, maybe Felix. But if he gets injured, they're dusted. I mean, they need to wrap him up in cotton wool because without him, they're nothing. I think this team is way too young. It's way too reliant on Cristiano to score goals, and I don't see another leader in that team. Pepe is like what 45 years old. That defense is shaky. Cancelo isn't even getting minutes at City. I don't know what that transfer is all about. So they're outside favorites. If Cristiano can stay fit, if he can stay healthy, they have a chance. But way too reliant on Ronaldo.
Okay, so basically, before I go to FG, let me just respond to the comments that Lance made. Again, I mean, very, very fair points there. My difference is this: is that based on the way that Cristiano builds himself up and how he sees himself, I'm like, if you're the player you say you are, you have to take your team all the way. And that means you have to play that final and you have to deliver them in
Same,
that
same with
final.
Conte, man.
Can I
Same with
come in? Can I
Conte.
land?
He's
Can I
he's
land?
not
Can I
that
land? Can
he's
I
not
land?
that
Can I
humble
land? Can I
guy.
land?
He's
Can I
not that
land? Can I
humble
land?
guy.
Can I land? Can I land? Kante is a guy who helps the team. Is part of the team. He's not the superstar of the team. He's not the face of the team. He's not the super. He's not the figurehead of the team. Cristiano, you're the figurehead. We saw what Maradona did in that final in '86. We saw what Ronaldo did in that final in '02. Cristiano, if you want to be put in that echelon, you must do the same thing in a final, which you did not. So therefore, I'm sorry, you are not that dude. FG, Portugal, how far do you think that they
Look,
will get?
man, they're
And you
winning
rate
the
it?
whole damn thing. It's that simple. When you talk about the squad, this squad, their squad is better than France by a country
I agree.
mile.
I agree.
I'm looking at the attack. They have such a variety of attack. Midfield, like you still have Carvalho, Danilo, Bruno Fernandes, Neves, Moutinho.
We
Yeah, I'm Portuguese. I'm Portuguese now.
No, you're Indian, bro. What the
No, I'm
hell?
Portuguese. I'm a winner.
You
I'm
said
a
you're
winner.
Indian.
I'm a winner. I'm a
Wait,
winner,
wait.
man.
Let's FG land. Let's FG land. Let's FG
Then
land.
then you look
FG,
then look at their
Don't lie,
fullbacks.
you're
They have
Indian.
class of great fullbacks. Only concern is the defense, considering Fonte and Pepe are a little too old. But other than that, that's their only weakness. So the look, man, the Cristiano, the greatest player of all time, the king. Dude,
In your view,
he's
in
all.
your
I'm
view, FG,
speaking for
not no no.
I'm
Don't
speaking for
say no no
everyone
no
here.
no no no.
I'm
Your
speaking for
greatest player
everyone.
of all time. Don't
No,
use that
no,
as a simple
our.
statement. Don't.
Look, man, I'm speaking
It's
for everyone
obviously
when I say,
Lewandowski.
look, man.
Oh no no no! Come on, come on.
Uh,
Hassan.
Wait. FG, just make your points, bro.
yeah, he's gonna lead. I think he's gonna lead them to the Euros, man. This Portugal gonna be the second team in history to win 3 consecutive tournaments in a row after Spain.
The Nations League doesn't count.
It does. It counts, man. It counts. It
Okay,
counts.
thank you after you've spoken. Okay, before I go to Hassan, let me read out this lovely comments here from this is from Daniel Jones with a £10 donation. Daniel Jones, he says, "Hi HH, I'm an international student who has just started studying in the UK. Your videos and especially the Hangout has really helped me settle here. Love the analysts and the show. Keep it up." Guys, I think we should all
Wow,
give
Daniel, bro.
ourselves a round of applause,
Thank
man.
you.
I think
Wait,
we should all
double
give
Daniel,
double
ourselves
bro,
a
H,
round of
double
applause.
H,
I had a
double
similar
So
H.
much,
thing to
guys.
you,
Thank
bro.
you.
That's how I started watching
That just
HH.
shows that the love that we are having for the Hangout. So a round of applause to all of us here in the Hangout
Did
for
you
giving
pay him to
people a
say
lovely
that,
Thank
show.
you.
double H? Did you pay him to say that, double H?
Nah, respect
What?
Daniel, bro. I had a similar thing to you.
Hazem, um, thoughts on Portugal? Will Cristiano get his first legitimate international trophy?
No. Sorry, guys. But for me, I don't see it with Portugal. For me, they're gonna go round of 16 max. And the reason
What?
for that is
What?
uh, I just don't see anything special in their team. Disqualifications, they're 6 points behind Ukraine, which,
Jesus.
by the way, credit to
Those
Ukraine.
yeah, because those two
FG,
games they
you've
played,
talked,
that was
man. Let me
without.
land.
No,
FG,
they
you've
dropped
talked. You're not
points when
Portuguese,
Ronaldo
man. What
didn't
the hell?
play.
Hasn't. It's pretty sure points.
They dropped points when Ronaldo didn't play.
Hmm. All right, but they're still 6 points behind Ukraine, and
Portugal have a
I
game
get.
in hand, Hazem.
They have a game in hand. So what are you
Mhm.
talking
Wait,
about,
wait,
man?
wait, 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 wait. Hasn't
Wait,
talk.
and they play
Let
Ukraine
Hasn't talk.
tomorrow, dude. They
They
play
play Ukraine
Ukraine
tomorrow. They
tomorrow.
beat them. They're 3 points
Yeah,
ahead, and they play
dude,
against
we'll
them.
smack
They
their ass like
win.
Guys,
5-0.
can we? You know what? I'm gonna start missing guys, man. I'm gonna start meeting you people, so you
All
won't be
right.
able to talk.
So if
Hasn't
Portugal
talk.
beat Ukraine tomorrow, they'll still be 3 points behind Ukraine. So still, it's an embarrassment. And credit to Ukraine, they've been really good under Shevchenko. But you have to be topping that group if you're Portugal, with the players they have, with Bernardo Silva, Ronaldo, Ruben Neves, Nelson Semedo. You have to be really pushing it. But unfortunately, I see many leaks in this Portugal team. I see their defense. I'm sorry, Pepe is just not good enough. You can see his performances for Porto. They recently lost 2-0 to Feyenoord, and he was one of the weak players. I think he's just aging, and the time has come up for him. So you're gonna have to see someone like Pepe really struggling in this tournament, and they have a really young squad as well. So when you see someone like Diaz having to carry the defense, and he's a really young guy, it's really worrying. And I just can't see this Portugal team carrying their luck into this tournament, because you have to look at the Euro tournament, and you see they were one of the worst teams in the tournament, in that tournament, the Euro 2016. Portugal were horrible. I remember the game against Poland. Poland played way better than Portugal, and they just won by penalties. The game against Hungary played way better, and oh, most of the
But
games.
sometimes
Yo,
it's just about winning, man.
keep
It's not about
crying,
playing
man.
well. It's
Keep
about winning.
crying.
Hasn't. It's all about winning,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, it's about winning, and they won. But if you're winning while not playing well, you're not going to be winning for long, and they're just not going to be consistent. So this tournament, I'm sorry, you can't ride on that, and the run is lacking at running out. You have a young squad. You only have Ronaldo, who's also getting older. But I'm not saying he's bad, but he's still very good. But he's also getting older. 2020 is next year. He's going to be 1 year older. So I just don't see it happening for Portugal.
Okay.
Round of 16 max. Sorry, guys.
All right. So, but before I head to Juju man, guys, we've got over 200 guys in here. Like the vid, like that vid. It only takes you 2 or 3 seconds. Like that flipping vid. Don't be a brick. Like the vid. Juju man, Portugal,
Yeah.
Cristina, Bernardo Silva. Can they defend their crown?
No, look, I have the same opinion. I don't think this Portugal team. I mean, it doesn't excite me. I know
You
they
don't
Haters,
have.
believe
man.
in the
This is
goat
all haters.
Cristiano? Wait,
They
Juju man.
won't say the
Wait,
truth.
Juju
That's
man.
it.
Are you telling me that you don't believe in the goat Cristiano, the greatest player
I
of
mean,
all time?
scoring against
You
Macedonia
can't do it
doesn't mean
alone.
it to me.
Juju man, don't say that.
All the hat
I'm
is
dead.
against Macedonia. I don't care.
Luxembourg.
Yeah, but Luxembourg and
But
all
he's still
this.
the best player in the world. Though. He's the
This is
greatest
coming
player
from
in
a
the
guy who
world.
picks England.
Wait, guys. Can we let one people speak? Thank you.
Look,
Juju.
this Portugal team, okay, they have I'll give them credit. They have a structure. Santos has implemented a structure in this team. Their midfield is solid. They have, I mean, Cancelo is good going forward, going back and suspect, and then you have Guerrero who's good going forward too, and can play different positions. And then Bernardo Silva, who is their best player. I mean, he's good, but going for the attack is limited. I don't. People say they have Ronaldo, but put a compact low block defense. He's not doing anything. We've seen this against Uruguay. We've seen this multiple times. It's no hating. It's just this guy. There are systems where you can stop Ronaldo. It's not like he's no like this impossible guy
Yeah, against
to
Poland as well.
again. Yeah, against Holland too, like we saw that too. So it's like this team is limited. They can go further, but they're not going to win it. I mean, I'll be shocked if they win. If they win. If they win.
What about? I mean, someone mentioned in the live chat, Jao Felix. Could this be the tournament that Jao Felix says "What's up" in this tournament?
Nah, he should not start,
this guy,
man.
because so far I've had Guedes has outperformed
Yeah, Guedes has
him.
been.
So I
What?
don't know what Simeone is doing with this guy. I blame Simeone, by the way. This guy is like run away from Atleti if Simeone is in charge. So yeah, with Joe Felix, I don't know because I know the hype and everything, but I don't know. It's not clicking. It's not clicking for this guy. He's
Oh,
just going off.
all right. Milko, Portugal.
Yeah. I really like this team. I really like this because you know why I'm saying this is they
Cristiano
have a
Ronaldo.
man. No. The Portugal team. The Portugal team have a manager who knows how to do well in knockout stage competitions. Fernando Santos is really good. If you watch his track record with Greece, he knew how to get Greece into the knockout stage every single World Cup. So this guy is really good. I really rate Fernando Santos. And I think for Portugal, what I like so much is they're made for this UEFA competition. That is the difference between Portugal and the other teams is they're more suited for a knockout stage Euro knockout stage game than let's say a Holland or a Belgium. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, and I'll say this: I think Cristiano Ronaldo right now, and I'm sorry to say this, HH. I think Cristiano Ronaldo right now is probably one of the best players in the world currently as of right now.
Preach,
I don't
preach, man.
think I don't think I
That's
don't
nothing
see
special, bro.
any that what no and this is the thing that people have to understand. There's a difference between just being a player and there's a difference between being a motivational speaker. Cristiano Ronaldo has all in that. No, listen. Cristiano Ronaldo has all in that in one package. And that's what makes him great.
Hey,
That's
Milko,
what makes him great.
based on what? Give me numbers.
Motivational speech.
Give me numbers. Like, how is Cristiano man the best player? Give me numbers because his numbers are average. So
He's got
Yeah, I love
94
stats. I love
international
stats.
goals,
I
Give me
more than any
stats.
player.
why is he
Milko, do you
best?
have
I
numbers? Do you,
don't
do you have
Yes,
any
yes, yes.
receipts?
He's 94
I
international goals, more than anyone.
yeah. I know that. I know that, but I don't care. I'm looking at what he's doing when he's 2-0 down, when he's 4-0 down, when he's 3-0 down, when he's 1-0 down. This guy's amazing. He's a comeback king. He's a
What did he
comeback
do when
king
he
for
was
a
three
Yes,
reason.
zero down against
yes, yes,
Atalanta?
yes.
Okay, okay, cool. All right, Rahimski, hit
Wait, he
us.
didn't say which.
Yeah,
What
man.
are they finishing though?
I've always analogized winning a tournament to like a car. So basically, in order for a car to work, you need the transmission to be working. You need all the parts to be working. The tires have to be set for that season. The person driving has to be competent. Like if you have Ollie at the wheel, he's drunk. Like he's gonna fucking smash into a tree. But if you have a guy like Fernando Santos, he's using the car. He's using it to its power, getting to his destination, winning tournaments. Where Ronaldo plays into this, he's the most important player. So
Exactly.
in my opinion, he is the engine. Now, if you need the car to work, you need the engine to be supplying that. So if Ronaldo's not working, that team's not working. I don't care if you have Guedes. I don't care if you have João Felix. I don't care if you have Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
They all compensate. They're all very talented, but they don't have the ability to display everything. They don't have the ability to display all their talents in that team because they have to be subservient to Ronaldo. So if Ronaldo's not clicking, then that team is
So,
just not
but
clicking.
wait, Ramsky, let me ask you this though. Do you still feel that that is still a smart strategy to go with for a team to rely so much on a guy who is on the wrong side of 33, 30, 34?
Wrong side. What?
Let me rephrase that question for you. Do I think it's a good idea to have an engine in your car that's 35 years old, that's a metrosexual, that's like not performing very well? No, it's not a good idea to do that because the player is clearly past his prime.
Mm.
So it's not a good idea to be setting up all of your tactics on a gelled haired fraud. I don't know. I'll just say it. I'll just say it. But
Yes,
not
yes,
not
yes,
not if
yes.
not if they're not serviced. And this car hasn't been serviced in a hot minute.
So how far do you then see Portugal then going then? If let's say everything is working order, everyone is fit, do you think they have enough to actually finals max winning those?
I think Portugal. I think a team like Portugal has the potential to win. It's just it's dependent on a number of factors, and they're over dependent on one player.
Wait, they've been dependent on this dude for the whole 15 years, and they've won 2
And
trophies.
they haven't won shit, dog.
What do you mean? They've won 2 international trophies. They're gonna win a third.
Come on, man.
Half of what they won doesn't even count. It was created last year.
It's true.
Oh
And
my
They've
God,
only
dude.
so he said they've been relying on this one dude, and all they've done is one major trophy. Nation League is not a major trophy, so thank you for that, FG.
Oh my
Red,
God, dude.
red, red.
So
red,
that, wait, what,
red,
wait,
Portugal,
wait,
red,
sorry, I'm sorry,
Portugal,
I'm sorry.
red.
When it go, man, Portugal. Like I like Portugal. I personally want them to win because I do want to see Ronaldo win silverware internationally. But it's just not. It's just they're not just not it. Like even like in the last Euros, the only reason they qualified or did anything was because of Ronaldo's efforts in the group stage.
Wait. This is a better team, though.
Better team. João Felix is a nobody.
He's not
Guedes is
starting.
still a brick.
Oh,
Like,
no, I don't know about
aside
that.
from like literally the only players I could trust in that
I
team
agree, I
are
agree.
Silva, Ronaldo, and Semedo. Everybody else,
No, what about
like,
William Carvalho, Moutinho, Neves, Danilo?
No. Like they're not it. They're not it. Like because like I can show you midfield. Quaresma's too. Oh, he's not going to be playing. He's done.
He's not in.
He's done.
So Red, don't you believe that they could somehow maybe?
They can because like Santos has converted this team into a team that's tough to beat, not a team that beats everybody. They're a team that you have to go and score against them because they know we have Ronaldo, we have Silva. Like we'll be able to get a goal, we'll be able to nick a draw. We'll go to penalties. We don't mind playing penalties because they know they're going to be the underdogs going up against teams like France, Belgium. These are the teams that clearly have a better starting 11. So they're a team that's tough to beat. They're a team that they want you to come and attack them, and then they'll respond to how you play.
Wait.
But that you're playing with fire.
Red, finish
You're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. You can't be called favorites or even close to being favorites if you're playing that kind. It's sort of like how we don't ever put Juve as favorites because they're a team that's usually tough to beat. They're not like Barcelona, a team that wants to beat everybody, or Liverpool that want to go out and beat everybody. They're a team that just want you to come and play, and they'll adjust and try to nick a one goal around you, or maybe go to penalties. So
how far do you see them going, and how far?
See, I could see them. Portugal could go far because they do have. They could go quarters. I think my bet would be on quarters. Yeah.
Okay.
They can get around 16 quarters.
Let me ask you this.
No.
Actually,
You've talked.
How many teams are better than Portugal?
I'm
Three or four.
Leave it.
3 or 4. England's better than Portugal.
So, FG.
Leave it, man.
Muntaha. Round us
Yeah,
off.
bro.
Portugal.
Bro, first of all, I don't rate that guy, under 18. What's his name, bro? Who plays for Atletico Madrid? What's his name? Joao Felix. Yeah, oh my God.
Michael
I have to
Felix,
rate
yes.
that. Bro, sorry, man. I don't have time to read that too, yeah? Secondly, bro, now it's come to about Portugal, how they play, bro. Bro, they are literally Atletico Madrid of world football. I mean, international football. So literally, so you have to come, you have to break them down and all this.
Effectiveness. Yeah, about being effective.
Yeah, but bro, I don't think so. I think so. It's now a time, it's now time to, just to come out the solution. Cristiano Ronaldo has been the solution for them from the last, decade or, 7-8 seasons. So, bro, I think so. They need to find another player, who can be a difference maker. I don't think Joao Felix is that guy. So now it comes to because Reimske came with really nice analogy about the engine thing. Ronaldo's an engine, it's getting old. But like for this team, the fuel is William Carvalho, to be honest. For me, he's like a B-Tech Yaya Toure for this team, man. The way, if you see his work ethics, his passing and his like decision making and his defensive work as well, contribution, I think, to this guy is really important for Portugal. I'll just make it sweet and short, to be honest. I don't think so they will win the Euros, but I think they can reach semi-finals, I don't think so they're winning. Yeah.
All right. So let's just move on.
Wait. Yeah, EH, can I say something?
No, wait. No, we have to move. Come on. We were stretched for time. We have to move on. Eriksen. Now, the story that has come out is Florentino Perez wants Eriksen in January, and
Season 1.
So Florentino Perez wants Eriksen in January. Zidane wants Pogba in January. but I want to focus mainly on Eriksen, and this is sort of like twofold of what I want to focus on Eriksen. It's two things, and I'll maybe start things off. Is Eriksen the right fit for Real Madrid? How good is Eriksen really? Now let me just start things off, and then I'll let you guys go. Is Eriksen the right fit for Real Madrid? Not really. Real Madrid don't need Eriksen, but he would be useful because Eriksen means that the creative burden is taken away from Hazard, who I'm looking at this right now. Hazard is the only creative force in this team because for some strange reason Zidane doesn't want to use Isco. So he can be useful in there, but I don't think Eriksen is not a player who would go to Real Madrid and transform them in the way that Modric did, or in the way that Bale did, or in the way that Cristiano did. And with regards to Eriksen, I don't think he's as good as people think he is. He is a talented player. Of course, he's a talented player, very talented player. But I don't think that the dude is as good as people truly think that he is. And I feel that he's a guy who I would not really put the guy as definitely one of the best players in his position. Because I feel like in some of the biggest games, in the highest games with a high pressure, he's sort of like he loses himself. He gets lost in some of the biggest games. So, and also if you're going to Real Madrid, you have to go there and you've got to be a big time player. So my thing about this for the people is, should Real Madrid go all out for Eriksen? And how do you rate Eriksen? Abdullahi. Abdullahi.
For me, I think Eriksen is gonna be a player for Real Madrid goes there because he's a creative player. It reduces the creativeness of Eden Hazard and the other players. It gives them room to perform. Because when you have Eriksen in your team, you have Casemiro, you have Eriksen, you have Toni Kroos. Though Casemiro is a DM, he can play as a DM. Eriksen can be the distributor. Why Toni Kroos could just be a supporting distributor into the team? Eriksen is a very good distributor of a player.
So where does Modric go?
Look how Modric is going. Obviously, I don't care how long he's living. Once look at Modric, you have a creator who is Eriksen, who can distribute that pass to Benzema, those pass to Hazard, those pass to other players who are ready to show up. So it's gonna reduce a lot of what's called lift on the other players for them to perform because he's a very good technical player who knows how to distribute a lot. Who knows how to, for me, it's a perfect for him to go to Real Madrid, but he has to show up. That's it. He has.
Okay, Ahmed.
Personally, I don't rate him that highly. I don't think he'd be the right fit for Madrid. Personally, I agree with Zizou, Zinedine Zidane, that Pogba would be a better option out of the two for sure. But Eriksen just simply doesn't cut it, in my opinion, for this Madrid side. I think he'd be much better for Real Madrid to keep him at that dumpster fire of Tottenham, because Real Madrid, we don't need him. We don't need the risk of having another player flop. And if FFP comes in a year or two, and the amount of money that we spend on Eriksen, because we know Leave is going to demand a lot of money. So if that amount of money ends up forcing us to sell
it's your belief.
players,
So you have a strong belief that Eriksen would be a flop if he came to Real Madrid.
yes, I think he'd flop. I don't think they should get him at all. Like they should, even if they can't get Pogba, they shouldn't go for Eriksen.
Wow. Okay. Strong words. Lance, my man, where do you stand with this? Do you agree with what Ahmed is going, or do you think that Eriksen can perhaps be the player that Real Madrid need?
I don't think so. I don't think Eriksen. I don't think this dude's been relevant in like a good 2.5, 3 years. And also, I don't see. So what's the talk? He's going to join in the summer or in the January.
January is the
Well,
plan.
that doesn't make sense. No player's that dumb. Eriksen has reportedly refused multiple contracts for years. So he's just gonna give up the mega payout of a free signing to sign with Real Madrid in January? Like that doesn't make sense. I think that's bullshit. I don't think he would sign for a club. I think he'll wait until the summer, and then probably I don't know. It's free signing. It screams like Juve to me. I mean, he's a Juve signing. And as far as does he fit? he wouldn't improve them too much. I mean, they have James, they have Isco in that position. Cruz, Modric, Casemiro. Really, he's not a big improvement. He's a 10 goals, 10 assists type of player. He's getting older. He's injury prone, and he certainly wouldn't help them this season. I don't. I would. I don't think. I don't see how he gets into that team personally. He's a player on the decline. So if Madrid want to make a statement, they sign Pogba in January and not Eriksen. But
Okay.
that's just
Hazem.
Yeah, for me, Ericsson is a very league type of signing or technical type of signing who can be useful in winning you the league or securing the league. If this is my thing for Real Madrid, if you wanna go for and win the Champions League, you sign Pogba. If you wanna win the league and have a consistent product, then sign Ericsson. And the reason I say that is Ericsson is the type of player who he's not a Galactico. He's nothing flashy, but he can give you consistent results in the league, producing the occasional long goal
But
and the
but but
assists.
but, but do you think he'll have this desired impact in the Real Madrid system in the league?
In the league, I think he can be a very useful player because one thing with Real Madrid this season is they've been lacking some creativity from the midfield. And I think Ericsson would actually help that. Kroos and Modric have not been at their best, and I think Ericsson could slot into the team instead of one of them gradually. And I think he could actually produce a consistent creative force, and as the previous guy said, reduce the pressure on Hazard and the rest. So I think Ericsson can be a useful signing, and he can actually help them in the league. um, I see him being not a star signing, but
Mm.
kind of a signing that you need to make.
Okay.
But I wouldn't pay more than 50 million for him. So if it's a free signing, definitely go for it.
Okay.
Definitely go for it.
And Jujuman.
I was about to say Ericsson is an upgrade on Isco and James. So
Whoa, easy, easy. Wait. So you're saying that Ericsson is better than James Rodriguez?
yes, because the one downside of James Rodriguez, I know James Rodriguez is a very talented player, but the man has his stamina is awful. Like he gives you 60 minutes, the rest you're done. He's finished. James Rodriguez gives you 60 minutes. That's it. So that's the problem I saw with this guy at Bayern Munich. So for that reason, I think, and with Isco, with Isco, excuse me, with Isco's weakness, I've seen this since 2017. His main weakness is his vertical. He doesn't have enough good vertical passes. He just passes from side to side a lot and doesn't have direct to create chances. Where Modric used to do majority of that work, and with Modric aging, Ericsson would be the sensible move because with Pogba, I mean, Pogba is Zidane is dreaming. United, Pogba is not going to bully Man United, so he's going to stay there for at least two years.
Wait. So you're saying that Ericsson could replace Modric?
I mean, he would be. I mean, because Modric is not getting enough time. What's he called? So enough. I mean, Modric should probably. He won't get enough time. He's getting old. He's getting old. So the guy that can probably replace him in the making good vertical balls is what's it called? Is Ericsson. And I mean, Madrid have a good history with Tottenham. So if I think it hasn't mentioned it, if the price is right, I'll take the gamble. I think this is worth the gamble.
Okay.
And with with Pogba, I mean, Pogba is not leaving Man United. Yeah, whether he likes it or not, he can force the move, but I don't. We've seen it with De Gea. United cannot be bullied. You can't bully United. They'll do what they'll ban the cash without they don't care. They'll ban all the
Man,
what
you
is what.
basically United. If you're listening out there, sell Pogba, please. Just please sell him. Thank you. Like, do the football world a favor and let him free. Milko.
Yeah. So HH. And this is my question. Reality is, who do you think is better, Real Madrid, Tottenham, or Man
The fuck?
That's my question, HH. Who do you think
No,
is better?
Milko. I don't. I'm not answering the question.
Okay,
You
so
answer the question that everyone answered. Eriksen, how does he help
okay,
Real Madrid?
okay,
Answer that
so
question.
this is all I'm saying. Get both, get both. This is why I'm saying get both. Okay. Um, those clubs that they're playing for. Don't get me wrong. Tottenham has 2 Europa Leagues. United have 3 UCLs. Fair enough, but you're looking at it in this way, in that Real Madrid is a bigger club than both of those clubs. So why not go to Real Madrid, win UCLs, and actually win Club World Cups and actually build a legacy for yourself than staying in clubs that, I'm not saying that they're not good. They have 3 UCLs and 2 Europa Leagues, no question about it, but they haven't won the Club World Cup. That is the main problem there.
That's
So
the main.
this is why I'm
What?
seeing it.
That's the main one.
I think get both. Get both. That's
Okay.
all I'm gonna
All
say.
right.
Club
All right.
World Cup.
Thanks.
We need to have
Rahimski.
drug tests on here.
Wow.
Club World Cup.
I still need time to process that last one. I think I think from a Madrid perspective,
Win the Club World Cup.
getting both would just be too excessive. Like we already have James. He's like creative. He's like a number 10. So is Eriksen. So is De Bruyne.
I don't
I
care. Be
think
greedy.
I
Be
think
greedy.
I think
But Rahimski, do you believe in James though? So do
no.
you
I
feel like
think
James can fill the void that perhaps Eriksen could bring
I,
in?
I would keep James for like our like second bench. Like if like he wouldn't make our bench basically. But if someone was injured off our bench, maybe I'd play James. I don't think James is a Madrid player at all. He's just past it. In my personal opinion, you sell James, you sell Modric, you buy Pogba because Pogba can play deep as well and help Casemiro. And if you're looking for a luxury player to replace Isco and James, you buy Kevin De Bruyne. Because we already have that Belgian core, might as well at this point, I guess. But yeah, so I think for me, Eriksen is just a luxury player, and he's not even the best out there. So why would we not settle for the best? I think Eriksen is. I perfectly agree with Tamer. Eriksen is a Juve signing. He would slot right into that team perfectly. I think he would provide because Juve play at a slower pace, which kind of favors a player like Eriksen. So yeah, I don't think he's a Madrid player personally.
Okay. Red.
I don't know what everybody here is talking about. Like, of course you take Eriksen. He has 6 months left on his
That's what I
contract.
said.
You can get him for
That's what I
crazy cheap. Like, why would we not? Like,
That's what I
like,
said.
let's look at Madrid's history of signings, right? Like, let's look at some of the best midfield signings that I can remember off the top of my head right now. Aside from Modric, which people thought he was a flop when he first arrived. Mesut Ozil, we got him from Werder Bremen. Sami Khedira, Stuttgart. Julio Batista, we got him from Sevilla. Like, these are players that had impact at Madrid, that won trophies at Madrid, that weren't necessarily god tier or world class or anything when we signed them. They shown quality, which Eriksen has shown that he's quality. I would take Eriksen. Of course, you need somebody else because Eriksen is he's Danish, so he's obviously gonna be called up for international competitions. He's gonna be competing in 6 trophies with Madrid every year because Madrid are always gonna be up for every single competition. That's counting if Super Cups, Club World Cups, everything. So Madrid have room. Like even if we have James, Isco, we could use another player. And Eriksen isn't a like for like with James and Isco. He could play that Modric role where he's a little bit of a box to box, where he's just made to be press proof. Getting Eriksen would not hinder us from getting Pogba or anybody else. I know that I do agree with Andrew and Rahimski and Lion Tamer. For. That he is kind of a Juve signing, that he's like on free, but I don't think that he's what's it called? I don't think that that should be a reason that we shouldn't sign him. Madrid should definitely go in for him, especially because we're going to get him for cheap. He's only like, even if we don't get him this January, he's not signing a new contract at Spurs. He's going to come.
So before I go to Men's House, so what's how much do you think you could actually get Eriksen for in January?
He can go for 30, 40 mil. He's leaving it for free. Yes. There's no way you can get 60 for a player that's done in 6 months.
Wait.
True.
Wait. You think Tottenham are going to sell him for 30 million?
That, or they'll give him out for free. And I don't think Levy would let him out for free.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like
Muntari.
this is for any player. Any player. If they don't have like they're either gonna have to release him for whatever they can get, or let him leave for free.
Yep.
Which it won't be cheaper for Madrid either way, because when you sign players for free, you tend to raise their wages and pay more fees because these players are coming on for free. So there's always like sort of like that extra tax on top of it. But either way, like we're not going to be overspending for Eriksen.
Okay. Muntari. Okay. Round us off on this then. Eriksen, is it the man for Madrid?
Yeah, bro. Like, first of all, I just want to like remind you guys back in 2017 summers, yeah. Okay, summer transfer window. Okay, this guy Daniel Levy, yeah. We offered for Ericsson 120 million euros at that time, and this guy rejected that offer. Okay, at
What
that
an
time.
idiot.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying this guy's been such an idiot, dude, bro. On top of that, bro, who do we have, on bench? Supposedly Isco, that bomb. Oh my god, he dribbled around in circles, bro. Like that guy's not even a bro. That guy, yeah, just lasted for 6 months. He flopped in World Cup last season. We tried to build a team around him, okay, and the Julian
Wow.
Lopetegui. What he flopped, bro. He was
Wait,
like a
okay. So wait. So Muntari, you're calling Isco officially a brick.
bro. Of course, he's brick. What do you expect with this guy?
Muntari,
Look at his
don't
fitness
do this.
level.
No mercy.
Don't do
Bro,
this, man. Don't do this,
no,
man.
no,
Don't
no,
do it.
no, no, bro. No, let's be honest
No
over here, bro.
mercy.
Okay, bro, look at this guy. He's been always wasted on the counter attacks. Okay, his decision making is awful, mate. Okay, always try to slow down us. Okay, side passes, no creativity. Just try to be a showboat in like what do you call in the middle of the park. That's it. That's it. This guy can offer us. Why we should keep this guy? Kick this guy out of my team. I don't want this dude. Instead of that,
Kick
James Rodriguez is the better guy. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so you. Okay,
No, no, wait.
so you
Wait.
would keep. So wait, I still want to know. So would you get Eriksen? So you are all in for Eriksen in January.
Bro, this guy, like the way we bought Courtois for 35 millions, okay? This guy's like 30 millions euros max. And
Yeah.
like that's like genuine reports, and all these guys are like saying that, like, okay man, like 30-35 max. So why not to get this guy for 3500 for
Yep.
Pogba in summers, 135 150 over a year, bro, like innocence Spurs don't have any option now. Either you sell him for free or you give us like 30-35 max, bro, because you missed your chances, bro. Like, in 17 summers you missed your chance. So bro, for me, what Eriksen can offer so many things. Okay, what James cannot. James Rodriguez, okay, this guy is just a 45 minutes player, bro. Like, this guy is bro, and he's like so brain dead, bro. This guy can offer creativity in the midfield we need. Like, let's be honest, bro, it's not the same
Man,
James
seriously,
Rodriguez of
Muntari,
15.
you've really,
I do
really
agree.
insulted.
That's why Bayern
Give him
burned
the
off
nail on
the
the head.
Bro. First of all, no. I hate you. First of all, look. You have to understand. Right now, as per the Zidane plans, he's trying to replace Modric first. And right now, the most cheapest, most economical, and the best option right now in the market. I mean, okay,
Yep.
it's Eriksen for us to replace Modric. Not in terms of performances and all those things, but at least in terms of playing 90 minutes creativity. Okay,
Creativity.
and to replace Pogba, Tony Cruz. It's Pogba in summers. That's like a clear plan. I don't know why you guys cannot see that. On
Yeah.
top of that, if you see some of the Madrid La Liga games, who's the only guy who gives long ball, vertically? It's Casemiro. Every time our DM is
Yes.
giving,
No creativity.
long balls. Yeah, there is
Okay,
no
all right.
guys, who's giving long balls.
Okay. Look, okay. Let's now route for our final topic. Our final topic of the night before we can bid adieu and goodbye. So I did a video on it, and I want to get your guys' thoughts upon it. I gave my thoughts, and this whole thing now is Sadio Mane. Where would we rank him? And I thought about it. I kept thinking about it, and I still say that I would put Sadio Mane third. I'd put
Oh my
Sadio
God.
Mane third in the world right now. I know Hazem. I know. I put him above Salah. I know. I'm sorry. So it's very simple. As of right now, based on recent form, where would you put Sadio Mane? I'll give you guys a time to think about all the players that are out there. You have your Kante, you have your De Bruyne, you have your Messi, you have Uber Eats Neymar, who's now injured, so that's cool. So as of right now,
Keep missing
Sadio,
Lewandowski. Keep.
aka El Dio, where would you rank him in the world right now? So I can't think of three players better than Mane currently based on form. So Abdullahi, where would you rank Mane right now?
Sorry to interrupt you, Double H. I can't even put Sadio Mane in number 3. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Give me a
Yes,
number.
of
Give me a
course.
number. Give me a
I'm
number.
Don't say
sorry.
sorry, bro. Why are you saying sorry? It's obvious.
I can't even put him 3. How can you put Sadio Mane as Double H? Really? You want to put Sadio Mane at number 3? No. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Abdullah, give me a number. Okay, give me a number. Give me a number. Where does he rank you?
Wait. If I want to put Sadio Mane in top 2, I'm gonna rank Mane. At least let me say. I'm forgiving Sadio Mane. I'm forgiving. I'm gonna give him number 8. I'm forgiving him now. I'm giving him number 8. You can't tell me Salah is not better than Mane. I'll literally prove you on Salah is far better. On current form now,
Yes,
I'll go to
Salah's
Salah.
better.
So okay.
On
So
current form, I'll give Salah.
Yep, of course.
Salah,
Congratulations, bro.
okay.
Congratulations.
All right. Okay. So interesting. Let's ride in here with Mr. Lantimer. So Lantimer, where would you rank Sadio Mane right now?
I haven't had much time to think, but I just looked at this. Like his overall play is obviously very good. We know that. So I'm just basing it off of stats because the season's still young. And he scored 5 goals in 8 games in the Premier League. And there are many players who have outscored him. So based
Yes.
only off of goals scored in the Prem, because no trophy has been up for grabs so far, he's not even in the top 10 based on goals.
Thank you
Based
very
on
much.
performances,
Thank you.
I cannot not put him in the top 10. He has to be he's a top 10 player in the world. That much
Go
is
ahead.
clear.
Top 10. Go ahead.
But based on goals only, he's not even up there. Lewandowski outscored him, Aguero, De Bruyne, Osimhen, Mobile, Zapata, Jadon Sancho, Tammy Abraham,
Benzema.
Bruno Fernandes,
Immobile,
player from Gladbach,
Belotti,
Aubameyang, Benzema, Ben Yedder. I
Belotti.
just have to list in front of me a lot of players.
Okay.
So top 10 for sure.
And our dear friend, our lovely Hazard man. Where would you put El Dio, man?
For me, first, I just want to make it clear: the most informed player in the world right now is clearly Lewandowski. I don't know why you keep on missing him on purpose in your videos, but yeah.
Oh my! Was that the question? Then?
Yeah,
Hazard,
he's like,
no.
who's the most
Okay, Hazard,
informed player?
thank you. But just okay, where do you rank Mane?
All right, I'll name you my top 10.
No, Hazard, just
So,
tell me
no,
where you should. No, because we don't have time for your whole top 10. Just tell me where you rank Mane, please. Just give me a
all
number.
right.
Give me a number.
So I'm just thinking. So his goal contributions, his performances. Oh, I'll give him top 15. Top 15.
Top
And
15.
yeah, because yeah, top 15.
All right. Jujuman.
Yep, I rate. I think I know Sadio Mane is he's the second best. I'll say second best player in the world.
Ooh.
What? Juju Malo, that is
No,
smoking,
please,
man.
please.
What are you
Hey,
smoking?
you come in with the
let him
jokes, yeah?
Let him land.
Good joke.
No, it's simple. What's it called? What? Because I think some players you cannot put numbers on it, and Sadio Mane is one of it. Because Liverpool are how many points ahead? I know it's too early, but you know what Mane is doing.
What is he doing? He's doing nothing.
No. We see by Liverpool's position at the table.
So okay,
And
so you're putting him at number 2. Interesting. All right. Milk.
Reason. The other thing is, you look at Messi's injured, so I mean, we can't rate him right now.
Who's Juju man? Who's number one? Who's number one?
Oh wait. So Messi's injured. Neymar, I mean, his career. I don't know what this guy is doing. His career is down the toilet.
He's selling for puff.
His career is down the toilet. Hazard, I don't know if he's interested in playing football anymore. I would say De Bruyne, but I mean,
he's injured too.
De Bruyne is maybe 3, but I mean, but and then what's he called? But number 1, I have to think. But I'll say, but based on everyone is, yeah.
I'll give Salah
right now.
Give Salah.
I mean,
no, bro. Lewandowski is way better than Salah right now. On form.
On form right now.
Who?
Mane has to be second best player.
Who's number 1?
Who's number 1? Who's number 1?
I have to think because Lewandowski is up there too. Because I mean, we can't ignore. Because I would criticize him for Bundesliga, but he's doing well.
Number one.
Lewandowski is number 1.
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
Current
right,
player
that's fair.
the best. Yeah.
All right. Milko.
I'm gonna
Where
say
just give me a number for Mane. Give me a number for Mane.
Okay, I'm gonna say Gio is top 15 like Hazem.
Yep, good choice.
I'm gonna say this though, and this is what I will say. I know the reason why Juju is in support of my Gio being second is because Messi literally I think Messi voted for Mane to win the Ballon d'Or, I think, during the the FIFA Best Player of the Year award. Yeah. So he voted for Mane to win the FIFA
What?
Best Player of the Year award.
What?
That's why Juju is in favor of Sadio
No,
Mane
I'm with you because I
because
made my own analysis.
yeah. But
Okay.
anyways,
So, Mr. Milka, you said top 15.
No
Okay,
relation.
cool. All right. Rahimski, Mane. Where do
If
you rank him?
if Mane's name was Maneowski or I don't know, Mane Salah, I don't even know. Hazem would rate him higher, but clearly the guy has an
What?
agenda. So I mean, you gotta put that aside. Mane, there's a reason guys like Messi are voting in him in the top two. I mean, look at the guy's track record against Madrid in the UCL final. Dude scores a stupendous goal, gets his team back in it despite his goalkeeper's blunders. The next year, where he wins the UCL, he wins that vital penalty for his team, and again, as the difference maker, Salah slots it away after.
No, but Rahimski,
If
the
you
question's
if,
on
and,
form.
and, and, and if you look at Liverpool, who was the most informed team in the world, and last I checked, football is a team sport. Their most informed player, the guy who always scores that first goal that's vital for them, Sadio Mane. He's the
No,
best player. I mean,
no,
regardless of
it's not.
Salah can go on these magazines, take pictures with women, whatever. Like, he can do whatever he wants. He's not the
More goal
best player on that
contributions.
team.
Stats speak for
He's
themselves.
not. No, no, no. I mean, he's the one that creates the more vital chances, and he's the one that puts away the more vital
Stats don't
chances.
support you.
Therefore, he's the more vital player. I don't care if Salah's scoring against Bournemouth. I could care less. That's not vital.
So Rahimski, so where would you then rank Mane then?
Where,
If you have to put a
where would I
number.
rank Mane? I'd have to, on form, I'd have to agree with my compatriot Messi, that he's top three. But I mean, if everyone is, if you take in people that are not injured, if you take in people that are not out in form right now, I think it's safe to say he's at least a top 8 player in the world. But in form, top 3 right now.
Okay. Munsaha, round us off, man. Mane as of right now, where would you rank him?
Bro, first of all, the way he earned the penalty, for Liverpool. So for that, I'll rank him in top 10 to be. So yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, because like for me, yeah, the season he's good. Like yeah, man, like Mane, Salah both top 10 for me. So yeah, man, like his contribution last season for Liverpool is massive. Same goes for Salah as well. I think so. Yeah, man. So he's as important as Salah for Liverpool. Hasn't, bro. This is my turn, brother. Please, brother. Okay. So, bro, Salah's okay. I mean, Mane is like as good as like Salah for me. Like the contribution is same. So yeah, top 10 for me, and the best player in the world for me right now, it's between Kevin De Bruyne or Lewandowski for me. I think the Lewandowski is yeah. So I think the Lewandowski was number one for me, and second is Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, Mane top 10, top 8. Yep.
Okay.
Sensi has to be in
And,
there.
and, and guys, thank you very much. Guys, remember to like the vid, share the vid, like the vid. And guys, we will see you when, because also, so next week we have, my gosh, we have Liverpool, Man United. We've got Real Mallorca against Real Madrid. And yeah, we have the football
Chelsea
season gets back.
Newcastle. Chelsea Newcastle.
Chelsea,
Big game.
Newcastle.
Champions League,
Huge,
Champions
huge.
League,
And obviously, so next week we're going to be reviewing those games, and also we'll be previewing the
Champions
stats of the
League.
head-to-heads of the Steelers. Guys, peace out, stay true, I'm out.